Morning in TGIF. It's Friday, May 11th, 2018. You're watching the Daily Mix TV by hillSTORY Marketing. Hi guys, my name is Sean Patrick Hillman. So you've heard me talk before about my friend Aly Walansky. Well, I was on Facebook last night, and as per usual, Aly, who is one of the most prolific journalists I've ever met in my life, was serial posting the amazing stories she's written for the day and the week. One in particular about Wendy's caught my eye that she wrote for the Today Show. So thank you, Aly, for giving me this tip. Look, we've talked before about Wendy's social strategy and how they taunt McDonald's every chance they get. Well, not to be outdone and just in time for a spring fling, a local Boston area Burger King has dropped the all-important question to our red-headed fast burger friend, asking at Wendy's, Prom? In typical Wendy's fashion, they responded with an adorably sassy tweet. Okay, but don't get handsy, and we have to be home by 10. Look, I think Dave Thomas, who is Wendy's dad, would have been very proud. Of course, Burger King had to go that extra step to celebrate, and the reaction on social has been amazing. You know, little things like this can make all the difference in the world to a brand. So when you look at how Wendy's basically has trolled McDonald's for the last year or two, all about their frozen meat at McDonald's and things like that, whereas, Wendy's claims that all of their meat is fresh. It's a very smart strategy to take a little bit of the Mickey out of a competitor, so to speak. But something like this is fun and it's different, and it certainly makes a Friday all that much more fun. Speaking of social, does anyone remember Klout? Yeah, the once very popular, trendy reputation scoring platform that no one has really used or heard from since 2011 has decided to close their doors on May 25th. I love seeing announcements like this because it's hilarious. Everyone thought Klout was gone, so this announcement is fairly unimportant, but it does highlight a very serious issue. Clearly, they had a meteoric rise, and then poof, it disappeared from business headlines, hashtags, and the pop culture lexicon altogether until this announcement. Now, if you find yourself trending severely in any category, do everything you can to capitalize on it, but make sure you're planning for tomorrow and not just celebrating today. Had Klout pivoted their business to include other things like, rankings of stores or websites and a much more significant way oriented around commercial business, things might have been very different today for them. I remember being in a competition with one of my best friends. He's essentially my big brother, Ted Cohen, as to who had the higher Klout score. Now, of course, Ted beat me, I think about 5 out of 7 times. But at the end of the day, it was about the gamification of who you were on social. And the net for this, quite frankly, is that they just did not evolve their business. And it's not that different from what happened with Foursquare. Everyone thought Foursquare was gone when, in fact, they just split the company out. Foursquare is now a directory, and Swarm is the check-in app. So they at least pivoted, and it made sense. With Klout, they just disappeared, and now this announcement is just very odd. Apple is teaming with Goldman Sachs to offer a credit card. To be launched next year, it will carry the Apple Pay brand, and it is expected to help speed adoption of the tech giant's payment system while giving Goldman Sachs a new way into consumer banking amid a slowdown in its current securities trading business. Now, this is a win-win for both Apple and Goldman, and seriously, think about this. Apple is one of the most trusted brands on earth, and given their existing Apple Pay and wallet platforms, this is a natural evolution that has the potential to net hundreds of millions of dollars in revenue globally. For Goldman, this is a brilliant strategy, and in all sincerity, think about this. The securities trading business is under a microscope right now, and I have a feeling, given the slowdown, they're looking for other ways to increase revenue. Makes sense. So for them, now being able to tap into a sector that they had typically shied away from, that being consumer financial, this will turn into a very interesting deal for Goldman, certainly for its shareholders. Now, for a little flashback Friday, do you remember these?
inspiration. You're dancing through the day. You're grabbing for the magic on the run. You're a whole new generation. You're loving what you do. I put a Pepsi in the motion, but that choice is up to you. Hey, you're the Pepsi generation.
You know when it's right. You know when you feel it, baby. You hold it, you hear it, you taste it, it's right. You got the right one, baby. It's irresistible, uncontestably tasteable, and intimately wonderful. You got the right one, baby.
The ride, don't need a reason why. Everything's alright.
As part of its summer strategy, it looks like Pepsi is taking another stab at music integration in a hopeful return to the glory days of the brand. Pepsi's releasing a new global campaign called Pepsi Generations, celebrating the brand's iconic role in music history. So, to honor iconic musical partnerships of Pepsi past and present, the brand is going to roll out limited edition Pepsi Generations icon cans featuring superstars Michael Jackson, Ray Charles, and Britney Spears, and retro Pepsi logos from each artist's era. So the exclusive packaging will be found on regular Pepsi and Diet Pepsi for a limited time this summer and available at major retailers nationwide in 20-ounce, 12-ounce, and cans, and 12 packs and 24 packs. Now, fans can collect all 3 cans via multi-packs, which will feature one of the 3 artists in each pack. They're also releasing Pepsi Stuff, the summer edition. Now, that's the U.S. loyalty program that made its long-awaited return earlier this year, and it's expanding its collection to feature summer-inspired retro gear and exclusive music giveaways. So new Pepsi Stuff will be available starting May 14th, through consumer codes found on specially marked Pepsi packaging across regular, Diet Pepsi, Pepsi Zero Sugar, and Pepsi Wild Cherry, and will include premiums such as beach coolers, grills, towels, headphones, beach chairs, all those kinds of things, as well as giveaways, including the hottest concert tickets of the season. That includes Austin City Limits, Lollapalooza, VMAs, and then, of course, the Pepsi-sponsored Britney Spears tour, including meet and greets, and more. You need to visit PepsiStuff.com to participate. Now, to introduce the summer collection, Pepsi will release a new This Is the Pepsi commercial featuring one of today's top music superstars who will give fans a look at new Pepsi Stuff. Now, additional details around this campaign will be released in the coming weeks, including the new ad. Now, throughout the summer, Pepsi will be delivering exclusive music experiences and activations to its fans, including a concert event with Live Nation, featuring some of today's biggest names in music. Pepsi's also partnering with Live Nation to integrate Pepsi Generations artist cups into their venues across the country this summer. Additional details in the schedule for Pepsi's music initiatives will be announced in the next couple of weeks. For Pepsi, brilliant return to its DNA. You know, God rest his soul, my old friend Jay Coleman did a lot of work for Pepsi in music integration. And, you know, I was there the day that, unfortunately, Michael's hair lit up on the set of that incredible ad from the 80s. At the end of the day, I think that Pepsi returning to this will certainly help. Remember, they've seen their market share erode significantly up against Coca-Cola and all of their holdings, as well as variants like iced tea and iced coffee and energy drinks and the like. So hopefully this pans out well for Pepsi. My name is Sean Patrick Hillman. I'm the CEO of hillSTORY Marketing. I'm also the editor-in-chief of the Daily Mix TV. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you have a great weekend. We'll catch you on Monday.